Well, welcome to another Friday Night Disaster Report on a Sunday afternoon. So this week, another busy week. A lot of customers work and stuff like that. But anyways, we decided where this is the Victoria Day long weekend, holiday Monday and so on and so forth, that we'd work on our own stuff. And so we attempted to yesterday and got some stuff done. Of course, people showing up and needing tires fixed and you know it and name it and whatever else. But anyways, one person said, well, what are you doing working on a long weekend? And I said, well, what are you doing looking for something to get done on the long weekend? But anyways, fix their stuff anyways. So today we took delivery of some more projects that we got in a barter deal. We tend to do that, I guess, once in a while in spite of better judgment. But anyways, it's all stuff that we can use as long as we get it going. And we knew what we were dealing with when we got it. So anyways, he brought some stuff over yesterday and loaded today. We unloaded it with the old cock shot. And so we'll show you what that stuff is and what we're up against with getting it going and the different things. And we've been working on the middle toe. Got quite a bit done to that, so we'll give you a tour on that. And got some work come in for the machine shop, but we haven't really done anything in the machine shop lately. This last week anyways, because lots of stuff to do in the other part of the shop. So anyways, we'll take you for a little walkabout. We'll try not to be too wobbly here with a handheld. I know people aren't big fans of it, but it is what it is. If I ever get rich and famous, I'll buy a gimbal and then it'll be nice and steady when we fly around. But anyways, here's the engine on the old International, and we put a new water pump on it and couldn't get the gasket to seal up. The only thing we could figure is it was warped a bit, so we put a little bit of silicone on and sealed right up with the gasket. So you see some brake fluid. We topped up the master cylinder again. I think we're going to have to get a kit for that. It's leaking back onto the floor, so the seals are leaking. Well, but we can get the brakes. The brakes are working decent now. We'll get a kit ordered up, and when it comes in, we'll just swap it out. Clutch, master cylinder, hydraulic clutch has been working pretty consistent. Actually, very consistent. No problems at all at this point. But our carburetor's been giving us some grief, so we got a kit in for it, and we'll show you what we're up against there. There's two different accelerator pump diaphragms in Holley carburetors, and International like their Holley carburetors. So this is a 30cc accelerator pump diaphragm, and the one that come in the kit is laying around here somewhere. We'll park you here and get you looking down at this stuff here, and we'll see where that other diaphragm is. I think I'm going to have to hold one leg down here on the little tripod. So we'll pull the kit out of the box. Actually a Holley right on the box, but anyways, you can see the difference with that one. That's a 50cc accelerator pump. The rest of the kit's the same and the right stuff, but it accelerator pump is what is one of the leaks. And now if you look at this gasket, well, you can see she's not the squarest thing in the world. It goes on, let me see, yeah, it goes on this side of the metering plate, and if we put it on there around the power valve like it's supposed to, you can see that she's a little shrunk in some areas. Old train going by, making sure nobody's crossing the crossing that's only got two people living on one side of it. Anyways, so in all those new gaskets, we got a new power valve, new needle and seat, and we're soaking. We got to throw that in the tank too. We're soaking out everything because she wasn't one mixture screw, idle mixture screw, wasn't doing anything, and she was running rough and backfiring and going, obviously not fueling properly. So You see that gasket there is shrunk up too. That goes between the venturi and the body and the base, and this gasket goes between the float bowl and the metering block, and you can see that it don't look too good either. And that's one thing with Hollies, is everything's adjustable and everything else, but the problem with them is everything has to be adjusted. So anyways, we'll be putting that together tomorrow morning. And we didn't get a float in the kit. I don't seem to send floats anymore in kits for some reason. But anyways, we'll have her all cleaned up, hopefully have her running better. And we'll have to wait for that. The nice part about the Hollies though is that accelerator diaphragm, although I think it's a bit of a dumb idea. I like the plungers better, or Rochester or a Carter I'd rather have any day. And we're not racing the thing. But the problem with the diaphragms, and you can buy them in like 20 packs of diaphragms, is because they crack. And when that diaphragm cracks, wherever it went to here, when it cracks, that's the bottom of your float bowl, and you drain all the gas out of your float bowl, which onto the top of the engine, and of course that's nothing like having a fire hazard. But anyways, so you can buy them in 20 packs. They're expensive, but they're only about 10 bucks a piece. But anyways, we got one coming. It'll probably do us for a while. So let's see what else. Oh, we got a new tool here that come with one of our barter things here. We got a 1-inch impact, snap-on 1-inch impact. He says it hasn't been used a lot. It looks like it's been drug around the ground a lot, but anyways. And we got I don't know, that's supposed to be 50 or 75 feet of 1-inch air hose with Chicago fittings on it. And some of you will probably know what comes next when I said Chicago fittings. So, come out here past the red rocket parked in front of the doors. And this Fndr 160 is one of the latest projects. It's supposed to run and pump and everything. It's just the unloader. You can might be able to see it over there, right there in the middle. Yeah, that's the unloader, and it's not working. So what he did is he just cracked one of the air valves open and let her run. Which of course kind of hard on things, but it would work. So anyways, we got to get that going. We'll be able to do some sandblasting then. And see, rail cars, huh? A mile of them? Yeah, probably a mile and a half. Or oil cars. That's because you know, pipelines are dangerous. But anyways, we'll come over. The old cockshut did a good job today unloading stuff. So we got a variety of stuff here now that some stuff I think is just junk, but anyways, we got this little trailer. We didn't even know we were getting that little sprayer tank trailer that I don't know if it's going to get made into anything or not, but anyways, it's here. And hydraulic tank for mounting on the side of a semi, and an L tank with some waste oil in it. Go in the back of a truck. And then the real prize here is a steamer. It's got some kind of old carpet thing laying over the boiler part there, and then it's got the 2-cylinder horizontal Kohler with the pump, and nothing turns. And they said the engine was seized, but I'm thinking that it's been sitting around long enough. We're going to have to rebuild the pressure pump too. But anyways, I don't know why people put stuff like that on top. That doesn't really protect anything. Just holds water in. But anyways, that's the boiler part of it. At least it's got the cover on it there, and the muffler in the engine's been covered, at least recently, and a homemade fuel tank on her. So anyways, this is going to be one of the next projects to work on once we get the tow truck fully operational. We'll see if we can get any decent view of it here. But anyway, it's just got a regular furnace burner and horizontal coils, and of course the engine to run the pump, and I think they got a 110 volt motor on there, and they had it set up to plug in, which of course it should be run off of with a 12 volt motor. And we'll see. We may set this thing up because this has got an alternator system on it, I believe, to charge the batteries. So we may set up an inverter to run a 110 volt burner, and we'll have to check into that. But she's going to need a fair bit of work. I'm just hoping that she ain't been frozen, split, or rusted away completely. But anyways, so those are a few of the new projects around here, and I'll show you what else we got done on the middle toe there. Got the tow rig bolted and clamped on properly. So we took a tire off last night, and the lighting here is something else with the sun shining in the door, but anyways, yeah, we can't see nothing looking at it that way. Let's go over here and see what we can see. There we go, that's a little better. So anyways, there was a cut in the tube right by the valve stem. The old tire's in pretty bad shape, but all of them are, but it's got some tread on it, so we'll leave it on there for the time being. So anyways, the old Dayton split rims, well, I don't mind doing them. You just have to be careful and pay attention to what you're doing. But anyways, we got the whole tow rig on here. I don't think I can get back far enough to show the whole thing, but you get the idea. And we just strapped a battery onto the frame and tried her out the other day, and she picked up a truck and moved it around. So we got her bolted right through the frame and cross member here where there was the original rivet. And then at the front she's on with U-bolts, which is what it was designed to be. So 5/8 U-bolts going right around the frame, hold the front end down. So what the plan is to take some batteries and build a battery box inside the frame here, and put some batteries in there with a isolator, so that when we're using the tow truck part, the alternator isn't being abused quite so much. But anyways, we got all the lights working. We had to put bulbs in the back, get the tail lights working, and so now we got tail lights, and we got low beam headlights. We don't have high beams. I'm not sure what's going on there. It might just be burned out. And we got both front signal lights working. We had to put one bulb in the front to get the signal light working on the left hand side. So she's getting closer to being roadworthy with working tail lights, some headlights, and signal lights all the way around. The front marker lights in the front of the front fenders don't work, and we got to check that out a bit more and see. We know it's not a bulb, so there's a wire problem somewhere. But the ignition switch, of course, got a little bit of a bad spot in her. You got to wiggle her just right to get the gauges to work, and the fuel gauge actually works in it, which is amazing. And the windshield wipers work as long as you got the key in the right spot. All that stuff works and comes on. So anyways, that's the update for this week, and we'll be back on this tomorrow and have an update for next week. I think next weekend I got to put a timing chain in my nephew's Camaro, so we'll see how that goes. So might not get a video out till the week after, but anyways, that's it for now. A little bit of an update about what's been going on and what's been going wrong. And we're pulling the transmission out of this old big Dodge here. It seems to have a welded low, what is it called, low reverse clutch pack. Anyways, she goes ahead all the time. You put her in reverse, she won't back up. She locks up like a trans brake would, but she goes forward in neutral, all the forward gears, of course, and even in park, it tries to move forward till the parking pin catches. So that's coming apart, and we got to fix that. So anyways, that's it for this week, and we might be talking at you next week.